The following has been brought to you by SJP World Media.
Miz, stop calling me.
Surprise! Sorry, LP, the Miz, he's a little, out of commission. I just wanted to call you because I wanted to see how your baby bro was doing, yeah. How's Jakey Poo doing? He had a tough day yesterday. But while I've got you, I got a bit of a proposition for you. You see, I think we're all pretty sick of this game of cat and mouse you've been playing. So how about next week, you grow a set, show up on Raw, stand in this ring, and go face to face with Seth Rollins, baby.
I like the way that sounds. You got yourself a deal, pal. Man to man. And guess what? I would love to see you try to run your mouth when we are standing face to face, big man.
Oh, it's on, baby. Logan, one more thing. Bye-bye, bitch.
You're listening to In the Corner with Benny Mac. Unfiltered, uncensored, and unforgiving. Here's the man in the corner, Benny Mac.
Welcome to In the Corner. First of all, apologies. We're a bit late. We're a day late, but we're here, and we're going to be talking some Raw. I am, of course, Benny Mac, as the lovely voiceover man says. We are on, obviously, SJP Raw Media. WrestleMania, 30-odd some days away. Some good, some bad. Probably more good than bad, but there is a few from this week that wasn't overly amazing on Raw. The first thing I want to talk about, I want to get out of the fucking way, basically. Excuse my language. Well, no, not excuse my language. Uncensored. It is uncensored. So if you, parental advisory, explicit language, if you, by now, I don't try to swear, but sometimes it just comes out. You can follow the show at In the Corner WWE on Twitter. It's been a very mad dash this week to get a show together, just because of other things going on, so I apologise for that. And obviously we are only doing one show a week at the moment. I'm going to try and get back to the twos, but it's just having the time in order to do things. But yeah, thank you for sticking with the show. We are here. I'm here at least anyway, and we're going to be talking about Raw, as I've already said, so I'm waffling a little bit, so I apologise, but just time. If I could do this for a living, then there'd probably be a show out every day. But, unfortunately, bills to pay and, things to do, unfortunately. But in some cases, I love talking wrestling. I love talking a lot of other things as well. But there we go. Anyway, one of the worst things for me this week, or straight away, is Brock Lesnar versus Omos. Now, on the face of it, the match itself could be quite good, or horrifically bad, which unfortunately it might go that way. But we had Brock appear on Raw, which is always good. He was scheduled to be on MVP's VIP Lounge. He came out actually first. And they want to talk business, and the whole segment was basically, we're just waiting. To be honest, from my point of view, we're just waiting for Brock to F5 MVP, which is what happened. There's no... Obviously, we have, people are saying there. I mean, maybe I'm being a bit too thingy here, but a lot of people are negative on this already. I'm trying not to be, but I understand where they're coming from. On paper, could potentially be a good match, as I've already said. But no story, just a cold, Omos is challenging you. And no sort of, no build to it, but... We have, like I said, 30-something days till WrestleMania, so we have time to build this match. So maybe I'm jumping on the bandwagon a bit too quickly. Maybe we just got to see what happens. Maybe Brock Lesnar versus Omos isn't even going to happen. But the way Raw has gone, Bobby Lashley defeated Elias, and it's we then have a hysterical workout, weird montage of Bray Wyatt mocking Bobby Lashley. So it looks like Bobby Lashley is going to be taking on Bray at WrestleMania. But again, we have 30-something days to build these things. I think a lot of us were expecting Brock versus Bobby Lashley one more time, because we got, even though Lashley won Elimination Chamber, the way he won with a low blow, Brock giving Bobby the low blow, so by DQ, I think we all assumed that we were going to see at least one more time at Mania, Brock versus Bobby Lashley, which, as much as I've been down on the fact that they keep facing each other, the story that's been laid out for us makes sense for it to be at WrestleMania. So I have no idea. But as it looks, as I said, so they've even advertised it, Omos versus Brock, Bray versus Bobby Lashley. And again, we have weeks to prepare this. So hopefully, by the time we get to Mania, Saturday, Sunday, which days these matches are going to take place, hopefully it will be worth it, hopefully. At the moment, I'm not really excited about either, to be honest. Again, on paper, both matches could be really freaking good. But generally, I'm not overly excited about it at the moment. What do you think? Let me know at In The Corner WWE on Twitter. And let us know for next week's show, and I will read your comments out and stuff. And anything else you're thinking about. Am I wrong? Am I killing it before it's even started? But like I said, there is weeks before we have chance to we have weeks before Mania and plenty of time to build these said stories and matches on what possibly could happen between Bobby, Bray, Brock and Omos. So hopefully they're good at the moment. It's weird to have a feud build from like the start. I don't know. I'm so used to maybe we've been too programmed to think that, right, because of X, Y, and Z's happened, that must be happening at Mania. I suppose it doesn't have to be like that. But like I said, we have weeks. I'm waffling again, so I apologise.
What?
Yeah, I apologise, Steve. Yeah.
Let me talk to you.
Gotta get the sound effects in. Obviously, as you can tell, Tyler's not here this week. But this is for you, Tyler. Break it down! So we're breaking down Raw. I'm going to be a bit all over the place here, but Johnny Gargano took on Otis. Now, I'm actually enjoying the Otis stuff at the moment. Now, I read something earlier that apparently WWE, now again, this is internet, webosphere stuff, so we have no idea. But apparently, and it looks, and I understand actually, because it makes sense a little bit now, because we almost see a divide starting to happen between Otis and Chad Gable with Maximum Male Models and the whole OT stuff, which I find funny. Interesting and quite funny. Obviously, are the Maximum Male Models and are they just using, Maxine Dupree? Is she just using Otis maybe? But it looks like there could be a divide coming. And I read this article about Chad Gable, and WWE apparently want to push Chad Gable more as a serious competitor. He's freaking amazing in the ring, and Otis is, to be fair. But Chad Gable is he's really good, and some of the stuff that guy can do is insane. Quite possibly a heel. That would make sense to me. I think if you're going to split Alpha Academy up, the way I see it, again, my opinion, Otis would be the fan favourite, and I think Chad would be the heel. But I think either one could flip either way, really. So, but I'm just looking at it on the face of it. I think people are going to feel sorry for Otis because Maxim Dupree potentially using him going forward. But we'll see. This is starting to build now. I like it. This is what I'm on about. We have time until Mania to get to these certain stories. And just because we're building this one with Chad and Otis and the Maximum Male Models and Maxime Dupree, it doesn't mean it has to be at WrestleMania. Look at Edge, and we got Edge and Finn Balor going at WrestleMania. That's been going on for a year almost. Not quite a year, just under. But yeah, I'm actually Edge versus Finn 1-on-1. I know we saw the Last Man Standing match, and obviously the way that ended left it open. So it would be interesting to see how this pans out. And again, that's one of the matches I'm kind of looking forward to. Cody Rhodes actually went against Chad Gable this week, and I tell you what, if you haven't seen it, a really good match between Cody and Chad, to be fair. And when and both looked amazing. Obviously, Cody got the win because we're leading into Mania. We need to have Cody built up, and I'm sure some of you saw this on Twitter on In the Corner at WWE. I took it from Steel Real to us, but just because you like Sami Zayn doesn't mean you have to boo Cody. And I don't think WWE fans are really doing that. There might be a handful of people. There's going to be a pocket of people that are going to boo Cody because they want Sami. That's not to say Sami could not necessarily be entered into this match. I mean, it doesn't look like it at the moment, but obviously we have, like I said, 30-odd days to go. So, less than 30 days, I think. But there's 4 weeks at least of TV before we get to Mania. So we'll see what happens. But Chad versus Rhodes was really good. And when Chad Gable took the crossroads, it was almost like a spike DDT effect sort of. You have to watch it. It's really good. One of the better matches on the show that week. We saw the Street Profits take on Jimmy Uso and Solo Sikoa. It was okay. Again, the story here is Jay, Roman, Sami, the Bloodline. Again, and something quite interesting that was said after the Cody match, but we'll go back to the Jimmy and Uso. Again, a good match, but we've seen Profits take on Jay wasn't there, but it was we've kind of seen it before as on getting that Solo Sikoa and stuff like that. KO got involved, and it's obviously not done with the Bloodline. Roman is going to be on SmackDown this week. I'm going to try my hardest to do a podcast of SmackDown this week because I haven't done one for a couple of weeks, so I will hopefully get one out on the Sunday. Please look out for that, and give me a follow on at In the Corner WWE, and I'll keep you posted on there. But hopefully, I can get we can talk about some SmackDown on the weekend because SmackDown show generally is my favourite show of the week. Has been lately anyway. I'm really enjoying it basically. So, but yeah, Roman's going to be there. But something interesting Cody said after the match. I haven't actually come face to face with Roman yet. Roman's actually going to SmackDown. He's asked Jimmy to sort Jay out and get this problem sorted. It hasn't really been sorted. So Roman's going to deal with it. So this is going to be, I don't know what's going to happen. Is this going to be the breaking point? Is Jay going to hold on until Mania? Maybe. I don't know. Again, so many ways this could go. And I'm loving, I like the fact that I can't quite guess what's happening because every time I've guessed something, yes, it's been snippets of it, right? But a lot of it's not been. And I love it. And I'm loving watching it. And, I don't know I feel like, do you know what I mean? When you watch it, the best analogy I can give is when you watch a great season of TV, whatever show that may be, and this is the last episode. I don't think we're quite there yet with the Bloodline, but I feel like we're heading towards a season finale of the Bloodline of whatever that may look like, if that makes any sense. And I can't wait to see it, but at the same time, I don't want it to end. But it's got to at some point, hasn't it? Otherwise, the show would then, not be good. That's why shows end or seasons end and cliffhangers and stuff. So, I don't know. There's a lot of speculation of what's going to happen at Mania. I've got my own ideas. We'll get more into that as we get closer to Mania. But, Cody's going to be on SmackDown apparently as well. So, Cody and Roman on SmackDown. And something I picked up, Paul Heyman mentioned this. He goes, but Cody's a Raw talent. But they keep saying this, but we keep seeing crossover. I'm not saying it's bad for TV because it's good for TV. But is the brand split not a thing anymore? But they keep referring to it. Oh, they're only on SmackDown. Oh, they're only on Raw. He's a Raw talent. She's a SmackDown talent. Is it a brand extension anymore? I have no idea. Maybe we'll get more closure after Mania. I don't know. There's still a lot of talk on the webosphere about the titles being split. That could happen. Maybe Cody wins at Mania. Maybe we have one bout. We bring that Winged Eagle back. He was talking about on the bump a few months ago. He's only saying it. He's not saying, that would be cool to have that back though, wouldn't it? Let's face it. Or a modern interpretation of the Winged Eagle would be amazing, wouldn't it? Just have that sort of nostalgia look back. And then maybe they bring back out, a World Heavyweight. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Or maybe they do split the titles, so one becomes the WWE Championship again and one is the Universal like it was before. Only time will tell on that. I think, I don't know. One of the best matches of the night, actually, was Asuka versus Carmella. absolutely, it's hard to, me and Tyler have speculated over the weeks that the women's division on both brands has not been the best. Asuka versus Carmella was one of the best women's matches I've seen in recent memory. And that's not taking anything away from everybody else, but I really enjoyed this match, and I didn't think I was going to. Asuka's looking amazing at the moment, this whole character change. We did have Carmella meet Chelsea Green backstage. That was quite funny. That was quite hilarious. Those two together would be annoying, but really good in a sense of heels. I said it last week, but I feel like Asuka does need a mouthpiece a little bit, because I struggle when I'm not, and I don't mean to be disrespectful to her at all, but I struggle with trying to understand what she's saying sometimes. Maybe that's just me, I don't know, but I do feel she would benefit from somebody who can talk the talk, whoever that might be. Off the top of my head last week I said Chelsea Green, because look how annoying she is already, and she's only been on TV a month. When I say annoying, by the way, ladies and gents, I mean in a good way. Isn't a heel. When I say when you're a heel, you need to be like Vicky Guerrero back in the day. Excuse me, was annoying as hell, but you just couldn't wait to boo her. Stephanie McMahon was a brilliant heel back in the day. I think Carmella's almost that level as well. So, there's certain people that you say they're annoying, but it means they're doing their job properly. That's what so when I say annoying, in this case, I mean as a heel, she's bloody perfect as a heel. So yeah. Probably the biggest moment of the night, although the match could have been a lot better, I'm not going to lie. But we have new women's tag team champions. Lita and Becky Lynch teamed up. Now, I did say this could happen. I liked that it happened to a degree, but unfortunately, the match was not the best, even with Trish Stratus coming out and taking out Bayley. So maybe this is a Mania thing now. Maybe we're going to see Dakota Kai, Io Sky take on Lita and Becky at Mania for the tag titles. Maybe we'll see Trish versus Bayley. Now, that would be quite good. Trish looked absolutely freaking amazing. There were just a few moments in the match where, I don't know, maybe Lita's ring time is not as much, obviously, as it used to be. She was fucking amazing back in the day. She's still, like, an icon. She's still a freaking legend. There were just a few moments in there that just were very awkward looking, and the best way to put it, I'm trying not to be disrespectful at all, but the ring rust was definitely showing, But the match was really, overall the match was good in a sense of we have new tag team champions. The crowd seemed to like it, but I think even the crowd picked up on a little bit because it wasn't as loud as it was earlier in the night, whether that's because of the match, whether that's because Raw's 3 hours long. We say this every week, but there we go. But yeah, we have new tag team champions. It was some good matches. Obviously the top of the show here, you heard probably the best in a sense of comedic and just. Do you know what? If you'd have said to me months ago Seth Rollins versus Logan Paul, I'd be like, no. But seeing what Logan Paul's achieved in WWE, whether you like or hate him. He was a bit of a douche at the Jake Paul Fury fight. I don't know if anybody saw that. He was a right freaking dickhead on the mic. Whether he's just trying to play a character, I don't know. I feel like some of that is the case. He's just being, or is he just like that? I don't know. I do feel like, I don't know about Jake, but Logan, I feel like he's playing a character to a degree, but I could be wrong on that. But it hasn't been announced yet, but it looks like we're going to have a confrontation next week between Seth and Logan. Are we going to get Seth versus Logan at Mania? Now, to be fair, what we've seen Logan Paul do with Roman, with the right people, that moment at Royal Rumble with Ricochet was freaking amazing. I know we've seen Ricochet do that before in NXT, or a similar version of it. You stick Logan Paul with the right people, Logan Paul can look like $1 million, to be fair. And what that guy can do in the ring is really good. Now, we've said it before. He may not know why he's doing it or understand the psychology of all of it at the moment. I've been a fan for 20 odd years, and I've done a little bit of training myself. But to say that I understand all the psychology would be a lie. But with Logan Paul's ability to the stuff he can do, with the right people training him, mentoring him, Logan Paul could be fucking amazing. Whether he sticks to this full time, I have no idea. Whether they just use him like, every now and again he pops up like he is at the moment. We'll see. If he's going to be mainly on the roster doing the actual circuit, I have no idea. But with Seth Rollins, it would take a lot for Seth Rollins to have a bad match, I think. So Seth Rollins versus Logan Paul, should it happen at Mania, which it looks like it will, again, it's not officially been announced, it's just speculation, could be a damn good match. Do I want to see Jake Paul run in? Do I want to see all these people running? No, I don't. I want to see this match one-on-one, Logan Paul versus Seth. And do you know what? If they did this right, Seth goes over, obviously. I think that's a given. But Logan Paul can look like $1 million, like he did against Roman. At the end of the match, Logan Paul shakes hands with Seth, and they have respect for each other, and then move forward with that. Because I think that's the way it should go. To be honest, that's my own opinion on that one. Let me know what you think at In the Corner WWE on Twitter. Very short and sweet this week, but Raw was good. We have new tag team champions. Yes, the match could have been better, but Cody going to SmackDown this week. Hopefully, I can get an episode out on the weekend. But don't forget, follow all the shows on SJP Raw Media. I am BenNny Mac. This is In the Corner. See you again very soon.